Have you ever imagined living in a city full of danger? A city where the heat is scorching, the cold is bone-chilling, or the environment is completely uninhabitable. Tonight, we present to you the 12 most impossible cities for human habitation. Number 12, Auroville, India. In India, there is a unique city called Auroville, a city without private property. No money, no property, everyone lives based on the concept of community. At first glance, it seems like a utopia, but in reality, it's hard to live with. Many feel that the rules without ownership make life confusing. Number 11, Whittier, Alaska, United States. Imagine an entire city living in one giant building. This is Whittier, Alaska. The population is only about 200 to 300 people, and almost all of them live in a building called Beejich Towers, a former 14-story military barracks. This building is completely self-sufficient, a school, connected by a tunnel, a post office, a church, a small convenience store, supermarket, even a police station, all inside. Why? Because the snowstorms and strong winds outside can be deadly, making travel nearly impossible in winter. The only way to reach this city by land is through the 4 kilometers long Anton Anderson Memorial Tunnel, a single-lane tunnel that is used alternately by cars and trains. It's as if the whole city really lives in its own isolated world. Number 10, Oymyakon, Russia. Known as the coldest inhabited settlement in the world. The lowest temperature ever recorded was close to minus 67 degrees Celsius. In this extreme place, the challenges are real. Hot water thrown into the air will immediately freeze into ice mist, cars must be left running 24 hours a day or stored in heated garages, and penning can freeze instantly. Despite the permafrost soil making it impossible to grow vegetables, around 500 to 800 people still live here. Interestingly, in the summer, temperatures can soar above 30 degrees Celsius. They live in extreme conditions, mainly consuming horse meat and frozen fish, to survive in this Siberian cold pole. Number 9, Dalal, Ethiopia. The opposite of Oymyakon, the Dalal region in Ethiopia is actually called the hottest place in the world based on its average annual temperature. The maximum average daily temperature here can reach 41 degrees Celsius throughout the year, even soaring to 49 degrees Celsius. Located in the extremely low Danakil Depression, around 130 meters below sea level, water is scarce, and the surface is covered with salt deposits, sulfur, and toxic minerals from volcanic activity. Although the old mining settlement of Dalal is now a ghost town, the surrounding Afar desert region is still inhabited by local tribes struggling to survive, working amid the scorching heat and otherworldly geological landscapes. Number 8, La Rinconada. Imagine a city at an altitude of 5,100 meters in the Andes Mountains. This is La Rinconada, the highest permanent settlement in the world. The air is very thin, with oxygen levels only about 50% of those at sea level, and temperatures are almost always freezing. These conditions cause many residents to suffer from chronic mountain sickness. Despite living without clean water or proper sanitation, tens of thousands of gold miners remain here. They work hard in the mines under a unique system called Kokorio, working 30 days without pay, and on the 31st day, they are entitled to take as much gold ore as they can carry. Unfortunately, this mining process also causes severe mercury contamination, making this town a place where the hope for wealth struggles against brutal environmental and natural dangers. Desert Island Number 7, Kivalina, Alaska. A small village in Alaska, slowly disappearing into the sea. Global warming is causing the ice to melt, and the sea water is eroding the land. Every year, the town grows smaller. Residents have been forced to prepare to leave their homes, before the village completely disappears from the map. Water Wave Number 6, Venice, Italy. Who hasn't heard of Venice? The romantic city with its beautiful canals. However, the reality is, this city is slowly sinking. Tidal floods or aqua alta often paralyze the city. Despite the real danger lurking, millions of people still come, and thousands of residents remain in this city of water. Fire Number 5, Centralia, Pennsylvania, United States. Centralia, the most famous ghost town in America, where a coal mine fire has been burning underground since 1962 and is predicted to continue burning for over 250 more years. The intense heat causes sinkholes to suddenly open up on the streets and release toxic sulfur smoke. Although the city is almost completely abandoned, a small group of residents refuse to leave their homes, living above the burning hell. Number 4, Pripyat, Ukraine. This is Pripyat, a city that died as a result of the Chernobyl nuclear tragedy in 1986. Built as an ideal Soviet city to house nuclear power plant workers, around 50,000 residents were evacuated in just 36 hours. Since then, the city has become a frozen monument in time. Buildings such as schools, hospitals, and amusement park Ferris wheels that were never used still stand, slowly being swallowed by nature. Although the city is located within a vast exclusion zone and has deadly radiation hot spots, it has become a center for the popular phenomenon of dark tourism. Brave visitors who enter under strict guidance want to witness firsthand the remnants of a civilization left behind. Number 3, Ilha de Queimada Grande, Brazil, Snake Island. This is Snake Island, Ilha de Queimada Grande, a place considered too dangerous for humans. This small island is the only natural habitat for the golden lancehead viper, Bothrops insularis, a highly venomous and endemic snake. Its venom has evolved to be 5 times stronger than that of its mainland relatives, capable of killing prey, or humans, in a matter of minutes. Due to the extreme density of snakes and the fatal danger, the Brazilian Navy has completely banned public access, making it a restricted zone where only licensed scientists are occasionally allowed to land. Mysteries and horror stories about lighthouse keepers who died on this island continue to circulate, keeping the island safe from anyone who dares to violate it. Number 2, Longyearbyen, Norway. In this small town in Svalbard, one of the world's northernmost permanent settlements, there is indeed a most unusual rule: you cannot be buried there. This ban emerged after the 1950s when it was discovered that the permafrost does not decompose bodies. These preserved bodies risk reviving ancient viruses, including the 1918 Spanish flu, if the permafrost melts due to climate change. Therefore, anyone who is seriously ill must be flown to mainland Norway to spend their last days. Climatically, the city experiences a total polar night for 111 days without seeing the sun, shrouded in extreme cold. Residents are even required to carry a rifle whenever they leave the city to protect themselves from a real danger: polar bears. Number 1, Elista, Aral Sea, ghost town in the middle of a dry sea. The Aral Sea, once the 4th largest in the world, is now almost gone. This ecological disaster was a massive human error, during the Soviet era, that diverted water for cotton irrigation. The water receded drastically, leaving the Aralkum Desert and turning the port city of Minac into a ghost town. Dozens of kilometers from the vanished sea, rusted shipwrecks are permanently stranded in the sand. Today, this tragedy has left a horrific legacy: toxic dust storms, salt, pesticides, from the dry seabed, causing a serious health crisis for the remaining residents. From the frozen city in Siberia, to the scorching city in Ethiopia. From a nuclear ghost town, to an island teeming with deadly snakes. All these cities prove that humans can survive, even in the most impossible places on Earth. Here are the 12 most impossible cities inhabited by humans.